time to revise mean, median, mode, and range. So you'll need your calculator handy for this one. So find the mean, median, and mode of the following. So the mean and the median, you could do by hand if you want, because the mean, you add them all up and divide by how many you've got. Median, you arrange them in order, and you find the middle value. If there's two middle values, you find the average of the two middle values. The mode is the most frequent reoccurring value. So we can't use the GDC for the mode. So that's the middle, and mean is like the average. So mean and median we can find with the GDC, so that's what I'm going to do. So it's a statistical calculation. So go stat, edit. And we've already got data in L1, so I need to clear it. So you could, don't press delete when you highlight L1, instead go clear, enter. So what I need to show you is what happened if you did press delete. If I went here, I'll show you what happens if I press delete. Look, it's gone. L1's gone. Oh no, everything's awful. It's not the end of the world really, you just have to remember that instead of L1 you've got L2, instead of L2 you've got L3. If you hate it, you can reset the memory. So you can go second mem with the plus button, and you can go reset. Second mem reset. This is what happened if it reset, sorry, wrong one. Second mem reset is number 7, just press this, it's easier. All RAM reset number 2. RAM clear, great. So notice when you go stat edit, L1's back, isn't that great? Everything's reset. But if you do that, if you reset your memory, everything's gone back to the default. See, we've gone back to radians, and our stat diagnostics is now off. So you would have to then go to radian, put it onto degrees instead. You would have to go down to stat diagnostics instead of off. You should select on. Make sure it's on before you go. Great, now we're back to doing regular maths. So we would go, that would be what happens if by accident you deleted your L1. But to clear instead, go up to L1 and press clear, enter. So we have to enter in all our numbers, 341, 765. Oops. So you notice it can easily be errors like this, so double check your numbers once you've added them all in. 765, 635. So it's such a shame if you enter in the wrong numbers. So really take your time and check them all again, like 9.2, it's not 9.2, it's 902. So easy to miss a number, or just type in the wrong thing. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 5, 9, 7, 8. This is a long list, probably longer than normal. 4, 6, 8, 9, 6, 5, 3, 9, 8, 9, 2, 5, 6, 7. Remember, if I'm ever doing anything too fast, you can always replay it. That's the benefit of playing the video. So we should check the numbers. Let's go backwards. 763, 567, 902, 398, 965, 468. Oh, see, look, found an error. That's as I said, like it's so easy to do that. So 468 instead. So go back and check them again. 978, 875. That's time well spent in your exam doing this. 345, 742, 902, 974, 635, 765, 341. Okay, I'm pretty happy now. I feel like I've got it. So now to find the mean is a statistical calculation. So go stat, calc, 1 bar stats to get the mean, and so on. All my data was in L1. There is no frequency table. If you had something like L3 or something, or L2 in there, make sure to clear it, because it was just one list of data. It's not a frequency table where you've got the X in the L1 and the frequencies in L2. Calculate. So which one's our mean? That's right, mean is the first one. X with a little line on it. X with a little line on it. And mean equals 708. Now median is MED. You can write median. Median, to find the median, it's just further down. See, lower quartile is Q1. The funny fish, the sigma X, is 225.9 blah blah. That's your standard deviation, but it didn't ask for that. So median 763, there it is. The upper quartile is 902 if you wanted that. The mode, you just have to look at the data and decide yourself. But is there a mode? We can either have one mode, or 2 modes, or no modes. You can't have 3 modes or 4 modes. So let's see, is there any number that occurs the most? You have to kind of look pretty carefully. It takes a while. And yeah, it's 902. So I do put a mode in there. If there was another number that occurred twice, then there would be 2 modes. If there was 3 numbers that occurred twice, there would be no modes, because you can either have no mode, 1 mode, or 2 modes. So there we go. So next question. If the mean of these numbers is 5, find x. So how many numbers are there? There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10 numbers. So the total of the numbers should be the mean times 10. The mean is 7. So all the numbers should add up to 50. So to find out what this little missing number is, just subtract all the other numbers from 50. So if you want, you can add all the other numbers up first. 5 plus 7 plus 9 plus 3 plus 6 plus 8 plus 2 plus 5 plus 3. Throw it in your calculator if you want. Second calc, whoops. Put in all the numbers, 5 plus 7 plus, and so on. See what number you get in the end, and you should get 48. All those numbers add up to 48. So what's our missing number, x? That's right, show a bit of working out. X is the total. The total is the mean times 10. The mean times the number of numbers you've got. We have 10 numbers. 50 minus 48, so x must be the number 2. So that's how you find a missing number, using the mean from a list of data. And that one's done. Next one, 3. Below is a table showing the weights of adults. Yeah. First of all, what kind of data is this? So weight, you've got to decide, is it numerical or is it categorical? First of all, is it a category? No, it's not. Weight, it's numbers. So it's to do with, like, a measure. Is it something that, so then you've got to decide, so it's numerical, it's not categorical. But if it's numerical, it can be either continuous or discrete. If it's continuous, you measure it with an instrument like a scale or a ruler or some kind of measuring device. If it's discrete, then you count it like 1, 2, 3, 4. Also, if it's continuous, it has this kind of style, kind of setup. It's like between 2 values. So weight is something we measure with a weighing scale. Wrote continuous wrong. Continuous. So it's because you measure it with a weighing scale, you don't count it. It's continuous instead of discrete. So it's numerical or continuous. Then it says create 2 new columns and use them to find the mean. So the 2 new columns that we're going to need in this table. 2 new columns. It's going to be the midpoint. So we need to find the midpoint of each weight category. The midpoint and our fx. Our frequency times the midpoint. Frequency times the midpoint. So the midpoint, to find the midpoint, what's the midpoint of 55 and 60? If you're not sure what that is, find the average of those 2 numbers. 55 plus 60 over 2. What does that equal? That equals 57.5. So the midpoint of that category is 57.5. You might want to pause and find the midpoints of the rest by adding the 2 numbers together, like 60 plus 65 divided by 2, and then check your answers with what I've got. So 62.5, 67.5, so I'm not writing very well, 72.5, 77.5, 82.5, and 7.5. It makes sense. These numbers are about the middle of each category on the left. 92.5 is about the middle of 1995. 7.5, 102.5. There are my midpoints. And to find the fx, so to find these little things here, you times its frequency by the midpoint. For example, 2 times 57.5 is 115. So now I'm just going to quickly fill them in. 3 times 62.5, I would have used a calculator to do these, of course. You can pause and do it yourself. I'm just going to fill them in quickly on here. 1015, 77, 19 times 77.5, 1472.5. This is a pretty extreme table. 3052.5, 1925, 740, 195,103.5. Oh, pretty big gap. So create your 2 new columns. We've done that, yay. And use them to find the mean. So the mean is basically going to be the total frequency divided, the total fx divided by the total frequency. So mean equals total fx divided by total f. So we've got to work out what each of these totals is. If you added up all of this column, the fx, plug it in your calculator, you should get 9615 divided by total frequency. Total frequency, add up all your frequencies, you should get 120. So this is a pretty extreme. Normally they wouldn't give you a huge table like this. You get 80.125 as an exact value, or to 3 sig figs 80.1. Both answers are okay there. There you go, B is done. What is the modal class? So the one with the highest, so which weight category, which weight class has the highest frequency is what it's asking for the modal class. Which weight class has the highest frequency? So look to see where is the highest frequency on your little table. That's right, highest frequency is 37. That's not the answer. The answer is the weight class. They ask which weight class has the highest frequency. So write out exactly what they've got. 80, weight between greater than or equal to 80 and less than 85. That's the weight class. That is the mode. Find the range. Remember, range is just max minus min. I want to write that out. Range equals max minus min. Not maximum frequency minus minimum frequency, but maximum weight minus minimum weight. Our max weight is 105. Our minimum weight is 55. So 105 minus 55. 105 minus 55 equals 50. What are the units? They might not bother with units, but it's kilograms. kg. So maybe, can you think anywhere else I didn't put units that I probably should have? That's right, I should have put it for the mean as well. Make sure not to lose marks just for missing out on units. That's always really sad when that happens. And so on. So you can also, by the way, showing you this thing here, you can also find it on your GDC. I'll show you how to quickly find it on your GDC. Just going to show you a really rough one. I'll go stat, edit. So I would put my midpoint, so go here and enter, don't go delete. I would put my midpoint in here, like 57.5, 62.5, oh gosh, 57.5, 62.5, 67.5, and put all of those in there, of course, not just the first three. And then put in your frequencies in the second column. Make sure to put the frequencies in the second column, and so on and so on. Then go stat. To find the mean, you could go stat calc 1 var stats. Your X list, your midpoint is in L1. Your frequency list, you do have a frequency list this time, and we put that in L2. If you put it in L1, then just swap it around. Go L2, L1. Calculate, and then we'll get a different value because I only entered in the first three. But if I entered in all those midpoints and all those frequencies, we'd end up with a mean of 80.125. So just showing you that's how you find your mean. If you were to do it for a frequency table in the GDC. Okay, and that's the end of mean, median, and mode. Thank you for watching.